Hey everyone, Sam at Wyvern Kodiak. I have with me the Aurora Knife and Tool Hivemind. Now this was loaned to me by Fred the Lug. Fred, thank you so much for another incredible knife to check out from your awesome collection. You're amazing and we really do appreciate you, buddy. So let's get into this thing because this is a really cool knife. So starting off here, you have a titanium scale, T8 hardware. You have a reversible pocket clip. This is a button pivot lock called the roundhouse lock system. You have a copper accents on here. You can see the back spacer. Big old pivot on the back side here, which is necessary to house the mechanism that the roundhouse lock is. And then you have a blade flicking hole and a front flipper, which does have jimping going around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody is listening. So let's open this up. And here you have the blade. It is a drop point blade in S35 VN. And this knife is an interesting story. So it is derived from a whole bunch of knives. So Michael Reed and his wife Melody run the company, and they put together a program to essentially come up with the average of all these major knife brands and different profiles, and they overlapped them to come up with what they call the Knifey-Est knife. So I don't know if this is the most average knife or if this is the most loved knife, but whatever it is, they put together that program to really come up with, they started with like 100 profiles, and then they came up with more, and it came into like a story of like 550, including retailers and all different knife shapes, Spyderco, Benchmade, Medford. I mean, you name it, they kind of really threw their research at this and came up with that. And it's a really cool story and they have a cool tagline. This is the world's Knifey-Est knife. So awesome story on it. And Michael Reed and his wife Melody are really cool people. I got to hang out with them at Blade Show, Texas for a little while. And they are just such great energy people. Awesome knife community folks. If you haven't had a chance to talk to them next time you get at a show with them there, I definitely recommend it. Just super good people. So let's talk about the specs on this. So we're looking at 8.1 inches overall with a blade that comes in at 3.4 inches and a weight that is 4.3 ounces. Doing some size comparisons here, we're going to use a Demko AD 20.5 and we're going to use a Demko Shark Cub. And you can see there that the Hivemind has both of them trumped by a good amount. And then you have a Benchmade Bug Out next to it. And we're going to use our very own Wyvern Kodiak Gracchus, which I've been using, and you can see the schmutz on the blade. All right, and you can see here that it is definitely bigger than the Benchmade, and it's about the same size as the Gracchus. So the Gracchus is 8.15 inches, this is 8.1 inches, so give you an idea of the size on that. So let's talk about the ergos. So very neutral handle on this here, just very simple, rounded, chamfered on the edges over here, which is very nice. 4-finger grip. I have double XL hands, so absolutely no problems there. Very comfortable handle, rounded and smooth in all the right areas. No issues as far as that goes. Not really a choke up point here. This is a sharpening choil, not a finger choil, so pretty much you're kind of one position, and that's right here in your standard grip position, which is fine. Pinch grips, for the most part, are going to be pretty good. Draw cuts are pretty good. I am in front of the button here when I do this, so I'm really not really feeling like I'm going to disengage the lock. Now, if you put it back here, yeah, you're going to, but as long as you stand your finger on the chamfer over here, you're actually really in a good, safe position right here. So that's pretty good as well. So let's talk about the action. The action on this is on bearings, and you've got your pivot lock here, and it just drops really, really nice. Flick off the blade hole, no issues whatsoever. Front flipper works outstanding. Get my finger around, there we go. So no issues with that. And can I get my thumb in here? Yeah, I can. There you go. You can thumb flick off the blade as well. So awesome action on this knife. Super, super fidgety. Incredibly smooth action. Really, really like it. If you've tried the other knife from Aurora Knife and Tool, the Truffles, this is the same locking mechanism, and this is reminiscent of a Truffles in a way, except it certainly doesn't have a rear flipper on here, so I prefer that. I really like this over the Truffles in my own personal preferences, because I'm not a rear flipper person, but if you want that extra deployment, that might be the knife for you. And we're going to do another review on that. I have reviewed one before, but that was an earlier version. They have since upgraded the roundhouse lock on here, and it is so much better. It is so much more responsive, and I think that it is definitely one of those knives that we want to re-review, check out, and we'll probably do a couple videos on it, because I have a couple ideas about talking about knives that are the most fidgety as well. So stay tuned for that. So very, very cool on here. The blade steel, by the way, I think I said was S35VN, and it is a full flat grind. You can see right here. Very, very nice. Beautiful belt satin, not hand satin, belt satin blade on here. So gorgeous finish on this. Let's check this pocket clip. So we have a pocket clip that has some spring to it, not bad. Definitely has some flex to it. It's a little bit long, thin, so it goes from wide to thin here. Usually we want to see thinner to wider, but in this case, in reverse, it's long and it has plenty of flex in it. So let's check this thing out and see if this pocket clip passes the test. So here we have our test pants, and we're going to get into it. So for those of you new to the channel, these are medium thickness jeans. I'm going to take this knife, put it in the pocket, see how easy it is to slide in the pocket, how good the retention is on the pocket clip, how easy it is to slide out of the pocket, and if that pocket clip will do any long-term damage or fraying to the edges and seams of the pocket. So let's get this in position here. We're ready to roll. A little bit of pressure. It actually slides right over, no problem. And here you have the knife in the pocket. Sticks out approximately a ½ inch out of the pocket, so it's not deep carry, but it is not horrible. It is not going to prevent me from getting a knife like this, that's for sure. You could see here that the retention is good. I am pulling on this, the pants are moving, the knife is staying still. Coming out of the pocket is just as easy as going in. So it passes with flying colors. I would say this pocket clip gets a very good score. It works well, and no issues with that. So let's talk about things I don't like on this knife. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know that there's a lot that I don't like on this knife. I really like the action. I really like the look, fit, and finish. It's a clean knife. It's a very clean knife, which I love clean knives. So no issues there. I would say if there was just a couple of things. One is I do wish there was some more jimping out here. Just get it closer to 3/4 of a way on the blade hole, because my natural position here is not natural. This is, to get my finger on the jimping, this is not a natural grip for me. I'm feeling very weird putting my thumb back here. When I have my thumb out here, it's it's all the way out here. So really for this, it's good jimping, but it's for show because I'm never going to use this jimping. It's really for the front flipper and not for any grip on the knife. So I would prefer some jimping out here. The other thing I would say is if we had this edge right here flattened instead of rounded, it would give a choke up point on this knife. And I would love to have something right here, a finger choil or a flat spot, just something that gives me another grip point. But other than that, this knife is outstanding. This is a lot of fun. It's a beautiful knife. It comes in at about 200 bucks. I think I saw $199.99, so 200 bucks on their site. There are a couple versions available. You've got the copper accent version here, and then you have the titanium accent version, which is also available. And these things are really, really cool. So let me know what you guys think. Would love to hear from you. Do you like Aurora Knife and Tool knives? Do you like these Fidget Monster knives? And tell me what you think on this thing. Now this is just so you can see down here, when you push the button, that frame goes in. See, yeah, right here is better. Okay, so it is a frame lock. It's not a plunge lock system. It is a liner inside there that does that. So it's funny, you push the button this way, the liner goes that way, which is really cool. There's kind of a lever underneath that is pulling it back in. So a very cool mechanism on this knife, awesomely engineered, but definitely recommend this knife. So drop me a comment, would love to hear from you. And then if you're not subscribed to the Wyvern Kodiak YouTube channel, do me a favor, sub to the channel. We certainly do appreciate your support. And then follow us on Instagram at Wyvern Kodiak. And last but certainly not least, check out our website, wyvernkodiak.com. Subscribe to the newsletter. Stay informed all things Wyvern Kodiak. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed playing with this thing. I think I might play with it a little bit longer. Lots of fun. And I hope you all have a fantastic day.